Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, they tell you what they know.
Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey, do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, it's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey, do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, big hopes and dreams as we cover our kings. Never cover the kingdom, but we loving our kings. And we covered your prayers as we doing our thing. Big Deuce with the pod, Lil Mo on the screen. Solo or together, still do it for team. Never switch up for $1 or revenue stream. So we always got each other, balance out the beam. Deuce and Mo, and that's the end of the theme song. Do it for Deuce and Mo.
We are live!
Do it for Deuce.
If you're here right now, you are for sure a certified basketball sicko. Shout out to all you guys. After your team just lost again, 8 p.m. tip. Ugh.
What up, Deuce?
Hey.
Hey, Morgan.
I love how many people hate the 8 p.m.
I'm
tip.
rooting for y'all.
You know, I wouldn't hate it as much if the Kings didn't play a back-to-back tomorrow against Atlanta at 7 p.m.
I thought you were going to say if the Kings didn't play in a loss or something.
Yeah.
I mean, a win always like gives you that extra
Sure.
adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
I did see a dad on Twitter say that he did like the 8 p.m. start because he's like, oh, I usually get in by halftime, but I actually got to see the first quarter. And I was like, you're the only one.
Well, and then you know what you have to deal with too. We got Carlin over here.
Oh my God.
Who is juiced. Like he is excited. He's like, it's playtime. Seriously, appreciate you guys being here. Just a warning for you. This is gonna be a more of a rapid fire podcast. So we're gonna give you a strong 45. And if it goes longer, as Morgan doesn't believe.
No, I never believe Deuce. Like literally, it's such a long season, and Deuce is always just
Last one was an hour 20, right?
After the Minnesota loss, it was an hour 20. So many things to talk
Did
about.
the people like it?
Give me a hell yeah!
Yeah, well, I hope so. I had
Deuce,
fun.
why is the beam on? You know, I like having the beam on sometimes for just memories of when it used to actually work in Sacramento. But yeah, I'll go ahead and turn it off.
Memories.
Actually, I had left it on earlier because we did an interview today with Jamal Crawford. Anyway, appreciate you guys being here so much. You guys are awesome. Yeah, another loss. The Kings are 3-8. Yay! It wasn't all bad tonight.
No.
It really wasn't really bad until the good old fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But,
I would say like a little bit at start of the game and then fourth quarter.
Yeah, but they settled in.
They did. No. And that's why
Why are we doing the pod in the pre-pod? We're doing the pod in the pre-pod. We don't do the pod in the pod. Oh man. Let's go here.
Coming down and
Sean says 0 effort in the fourth. Okay, Sean, hey, I know you're one of those guys that like you do that. We're gonna play a game called Let's Not Just Say Effort because they lost. It's a lazy analysis. We give us the what effort wise did you see that you're like, oh, that effort was there.
Be nice. You can ask
No,
him.
not
nice.
him. It's late, so Deuce gets grumpy when it's late. Shout out to all the basketball sickos. What's up, Jay Volinsky? Ricardo is here, the baby daddy. Even Sean is here. Simple JD, what is up? We got Frank and Christian and Death of Something and Aaron. Kevin, appreciate you guys being here. What is up, Kev? All right, ready to start the pod? Do you have anything before the pod that you want to say?
That's it.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay. You just want to say
A breath. It was just a breath. I don't need to say anything. I don't need to say nothing.
All right. Deuce and Mo, we're coming down in 3, 2, 1. Look at the time, 11:41. Yeah. Remember that.
Copy that, kiddo.
11. We'll say 11:42. Coming down in 3, 2, 1. Hit my music.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, they tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo.
the Deuce and Mo podcast, recording this late on a what night is it? Tuesday night, about to be Wednesday morning.
Wow.
The Kings played an 8 p.m. tip-off game on NBC. The first time they're playing a game on NBC since the Western Conference Finals of 2002. Tonight, the opponent, the Denver Nuggets, who had come in playing some really strong basketball. Well, they came to town, and for 3 quarters, it was interesting. But in the fourth quarter, Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, and Bruce Brown combined for 28 points. Sacramento scored 26 points. And Denver gets a huge night from Jokic, and they beat Sacramento 122-108. Sacramento now 3-8. That's their worst start since De'Aaron Fox's rookie year.
Oh, wow.
This podcast is always presented by our friends over at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery. I'm Deuce Mason. That's Morgan Reagan. How you doing, Mo?
Fantastic. Love the late start. Love it.
Yeah. 8 p.m., it is crazy the difference 1 hour makes, but like starting the pod at like 10:30 versus 11:42, it just feels different.
It feels different. And also what I've realized, I have complained about the late start like all night. Like that's been like my go-to whenever I'm saying hi to someone. I'm like, a little late, past my bedtime. Hey, shouldn't I be in bed? You know, like I need to kind of stop complaining about it too.
Well, you have complained once. We'll go ahead and check that off.
All right.
That's off your to-do list.
Okay.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Mission accomplished.
Thank you.
Well, let's talk about this one. The Kings also play tomorrow against the Atlanta Hawks. In the second, I have a back-to-back. A Hawks team coming off a win over the Clippers on the road. A Hawks team that's playing actually pretty well without Trae Young right now. Anyway, before we get there, the Kings are now 3-8. Denver, with the win, improves to 8-2. They've won 5 in a row. Morgan, this was an eventful night in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
We're at NBC in the house, which was cool.
It was very cool.
And then there was also kind of this weird, like, how will the Kings respond after the last 2 games where they got absolutely destroyed by OKC and Minnesota?
Yeah.
I felt like the response in the first half,
I absolutely
love what I saw. Second half, it went away fast.
Again, as we break this down, we understand basketball is 4 quarters and it should be played for 4 quarters. With the Kings, it's a little different when it comes to these breakdowns, I feel like, because we are in a place where when there is good, it's not just being like, oh, there's good, so let's be positive. No. When there's good and you see those glimpses, it gives you hope of what it can be. And for example, I think one of the best glimpses, especially early on, was when that second unit came in.
Ooh, the bench was good tonight.
Yes. And that is my point of going in this direction of that, because it felt like a jolt of energy with the ball popping, with the defense being played, and nothing against even the starting unit and how they came out. Like, I didn't feel anything like that. I just felt like Denver was so much better with the way that they had come out. You had texted me this too. In that entire first quarter, though, both those units, starting and second unit, 0 turnovers, 10 assists. So like I said, ball was being taken care of. Ball was flying around. It looked crisp. It looked good. And then we finished the first quarter like with a good ultimate finish to the first quarter. What was that score at the end?
It was 34-33 after 1.
Loved it.
Yep.
It was great.
The Kings led.
And the Kings led. And mostly because I just felt like the ball was moving around so nicely for the Sacramento Kings on the offensive end. Everyone was sharing it.
Since it's a rapid fire podcast tonight, I'm firing a take right away.
Do it.
I've seen enough. We are now 11 games in. It's time to change some things up. Wow. Russell Westbrook has to be the starting point guard for the Sacramento Kings.
Usually this would be like 45 minutes in, but we only have 45 minutes tonight. So
Dennis Schroder, I don't love the idea of putting a guy on a bench when he's in a funk, right? You want to help him get it out.
Confidence,
right. Tonight, though, Schroder plays 20 minutes, did not score. He had 3 turnovers, 3 assists, 0 for 3 shooting, 0 for 1 from downtown in his 21 minutes of action.
Interesting that you're bringing up Dennis Schroder as we get a super chat about Dennis Schroder.
$20. What the actual F was Dennis doing? No, really, what the F is he doing? Anyone with the DVR, go watch the fourth quarter when Keon got his third all the way to the timeout. Dennis was a literal pylon. It was without exaggeration, 4-on-5 with him on the floor. Yeah, I mean, Dennis is in a major funk right now, and I think he's in his head. But Dennis Schroder, I know I've watched the league long enough to know he's a better player than how he's playing right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the guys he's with in the starting lineup.
Ding, ding, ding.
You know, I don't know what it is, but here's what I do know. I've seen Dennis Schroder come off the bench in this league and be productive. And what I'm seeing right now is Russell Westbrook coming into the game, and it's really productive. They're playing fast. He's setting his teammates up. He's getting into the paint, making good decisions for the most part. He didn't knock down shots tonight, but I think he has brought a jolt to Sacramento that they need to start a game. And Schroder has not found any rhythm whatsoever.
No.
The last 3 games, he's 1 for 19. He's 1 for 19 shooting. Okay, so the shooting's the one thing, but to that Super Chat's point, like, I think defensively, I've not seen the type of engagement that I expected. Now, something we had brought up like a week and a half ago probably, is the big difference with Schroder. I feel like he's always played on teams, even going back to last year with Detroit, where you go, God, Asar Thompson, Jalen Duren, Tobias Harris. You got like size and length around. Cade Cunningham, there's some toughness. So as a guard, it allows you to play with a little more pressure, play with a little more physicality and intensity, because if you get beat, someone's going to be in there and help. Think about him playing over the years. I mean, name all the teams he's played with. But even going back to the Lakers days, he's playing with Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
They had size, right?
Well, that was my main thing that I was going to say, because you said, I don't know if it's with the unit he's playing with, whatever. I think what we are seeing early on here with Dennis Schroder is that it definitely depends on his role and situation with the team, depends on how he's going to play. And by the way, there are so many of these types of players in the league. And he was coming off such an amazing offseason with Eurobasket, being the Eurobasket MVP. Like, it felt like there's no doubt in his game and his ability to adapt and be with whoever. And especially with that Detroit roster that you're speaking of, I remember that's what we were going off of too. It's like, oh yeah, it didn't work here, it didn't work here, but man, here. So yeah, I understand where we are feeling with Dennis Schroder. I think he can do so much more, but I think right now in the role that he's in, especially with that starting unit, isn't it?
Yeah, and maybe playing him in a lineup that has like Keon Ellis and Neat Clifford, right?
Maybe.
And maybe one other starter.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some more defenders out there, allows him to play more of his game. He could be a little more aggressive offensively. Sorry, you hear Carl in the background. He's amped up. But if I'm Sacramento, if I'm Doug Christie, I'm like, how can I find some ways to get him playing with more confidence out there and get him back to playing more like himself? Because right now he's not himself, and it's hurting the Kings.
Yeah, I think where we are at with Dennis Schroder right now, and if Doug is willing to try everything, then you try everything. And trying everything is exactly what you were just saying about Russ.
Yes.
Shut up, Carlin.
Yeah, and that Doug Christie was asked about that after the game. James Hammond asked him about, hey, have you thought about making a change there? And he said, look, we're thinking about everything. So I'm interested to see what they do. And I understand it's a fine line, right? Because like you paid this guy over the offseason because you believed he could be your starting point guard. And one of the things that Schroder was talking about was like, wow, this team actually believes in me. And like to have that feeling is a really positive feeling. And 11 games in, if you take him out, like what's that do to him? But I think right now, he doesn't have the confidence, you know? And if he's not, if there's times where he's letting his shot making impact him, or if he's letting the situation of like what's around him on the roster defensively impact him up here, that's just going to hurt him. They need the best version of Dennis Schroder. So if the best version is coming off the bench, that could be good.
I like what you said about, and again, I think this is it's a great angle, and it's, I'm glad that you bring up this point, is you don't want to fuck with his confidence.
Yeah.
So how do you go about that? You know, it's tough, because even sometimes you see it a little bit with Keon Ellis, I'm sure over the last couple of games, and being that start of the fourth quarter, and then finally seeing your minutes early on in this game, and then still being handsy at times and feeling different things. Like, yeah, it's sports. There's 90% mental, you know, as they say, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you massage that with Dennis Schroder going forward? I don't know, but I think where you kind of go about it is that we're trying everything. So this
Yeah.
is it's nothing even fully against you. We're trying everything. We're trying to put you in the best position.
3-8. It's not working. You have to experiment. You have to try some other things, and it's not a punishment. It's how do we maximize everybody and play better basketball with the team that is here right now, right? We don't know what this team is going to look like in a month and a half, a month, but the team that you have right now, how do you put them in a better position to succeed? And I think Westbrook has played pretty well. He couldn't hit threes tonight. I mean, at some point you knew that was going to dip down a little bit. He hit one big three that cut the gap for Sacramento.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, well, let's see if it makes some noise here. But ultimately, it did not matter in that fourth quarter. We'll talk about that in a second. My next thing, Sabonis, he fouled out in this game. He plays just 25 minutes. He had 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists in this one in just about 25 minutes. The rebounding thing. Yes, like Denver's got size. Yes, Valanciunas is a beast on the glass and has had his way with Sabonis in the past. Jokic, we know what he can do too. But he is so limited right now with the rebounding. And I just see, like, he can't box out the same. Every time he makes a move to the basket, he's grabbing his ribs.
Yeah. And
I think he might have some, like, padding or something.
that's what I was going to say.
I noticed him adjusting it.
It was adjusting.
Yeah.
And because at first I was like, why? They're still going to put him out there and he's grabbing. It was adjusting. And I was like, okay, that makes me feel a lot better that he's just adjusting his pad to feel comfortable, whatever that's on his ribs. But you still see I don't want to say like the weakness of it, but you still see that he's ginger and that it's like something that still isn't fully right. And I get it. It's a long season. These players are going to play through injuries, something we talked about the other night. Like, we admire that even about him. But the Kings are just in such a weird place that I think it's about just like becoming 100%. And maybe the training staff and everyone is just like, yeah, like there's nothing, you're not going to screw anything up by stretching up for a basketball, by still playing the game. If anything, it's like if you take more and more pounding to it and it's padded up.
But the problem is one of his gifts is his ability to like just be strong.
That's true.
And go get rebounds and play with physicality. And if that is even dialed down based on the limitations he has as a big, like it's going to hurt you. The bench tonight, by the way, was fantastic. I think they scored 53 points tonight.
Oh, wow.
The bench scored 53 points tonight, which was a huge bright spot. But that's what we're talking about tonight is like, ooh, the limitations of this guy. Sabonis with the injury, limiting him here. And I don't think there's a worse duo to go up against when you're banged up with a rib contusion than Nikola Jokic and Jonas Valanciunas. Like, there's nobody worse. Valanciunas is a fucking tank, dude.
Pretty big.
And I'm seeing some comments too. This is a rapid fire pod. I kind of like this. I'm playing with pace right now. I'm like the Kings in the first half when they were getting up and down the floor, sharing the ball. God, it looked beautiful at times. I was seeing ball movement galore. Is gorgeous. But a lot of messages about Jonas Valanciunas tonight and why the Kings trade him. Look, I think that's one you look back on and go, okay, it would have made sense if like, all right, you traded Dario because it was going to be a move to save you money because it was going to land you Jonathan Kuminga, and you're doing it to do this. You're repositioning things. But when you strike out on Kuminga, you don't get him. Yeah. And then you're just left with a trade that looks like, hey, it's Dario for Valanciunas straight up. And Dario, we haven't seen him since like, what, game 3 of the season. And when we did see him, it looked like he had like some cement in his shoes. Like, I'm sorry, like people are going to criticize
what
that.
Issues?
Cement? What am I saying that weird? I'm saying that weird.
Yeah.
Cement.
Wait, but what even
concrete?
But what is concrete issues?
In his shoes.
Oh.
Cement?
Okay, can I just tell you what it all sounded like? It sounded like cement issues.
Okay, so we were playing with pace, and I turned the ball over because I was playing too fast, right?
I mean, you like,
all right,
was
all right.
that English? I don't even know what
Okay, hold on. Jebediah, we're on the delayed still, right? Just delete.
Stupid bit. Just go.
Okay. Yeah, we're not. Okay.
Cement.
Yeah. Why am I
in
saying it like that? Why did I say it like that?
Cement issues.
Why did I say it like that?
Cement in his shoes.
What was I saying? Cement?
Are you okay?
I don't think so. What is happening? This team is making me lose my mind.
Cement issues.
And it was supposed to be a funny joke.
and it didn't land because you didn't say a single word correct.
All right.
Okay.
All right. My point is,
Yes.
Now, so when you swing and miss on getting someone like Kuminga, because the Warriors end up doing their thing, yeah, now you're left with a trade that's straight up Dario for Valanciunas. That doesn't look very good.
No.
It doesn't, especially because Valanciunas can be productive. Now, I think Sacramento's case would be like, hey, we're trying to get more athletic at that position, guys who can run up and down the floor. But as you saw tonight, it's just, Eubanks, even if he's a hard worker,
Yeah.
he's just undersized too. Like he's like similar to Sabonis, where it's like Jokic is just all right. Let me go to work. It's crazy watching tonight. I felt like the guy who played the best defense on Jokic and made him work, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, which we have talked about him going up against bigs, not only obviously for this season for the Sacramento Kings, but just in the past. Like look at some highlights, defensive highlights even last year. He's active and he reads it well and he knows how to recover, sometimes get the behind block, whatever. Either way, yeah, that's where the Kings are with their big situation. And so feeling that way about Jonas Valanciunas at times, it can be frustrating. Either way, again, though, I don't know if I think where it's frustrating more so is because of the actual trade.
Yeah.
And not like, because Jonas Valanciunas is your future for this Kings and what they're trying to do.
It's just legit depth behind that. And then, like, you think about if you have Valanciunas, maybe Sabonis is sitting right now.
Yes.
I don't know. Just real fast.
What are you doing?
Cement.
Cement. Thank you, Jebediah. Cement? What was I saying?
Cement. Issues.
I've never said it like that. I'm just going to say this right now. Never said it like that in my life.
And you didn't say in his shoes. Like
Okay.
you literally blurred your words.
Which sometimes happens with me. Let's just be honest about it. Anyway. Okay. Feel a little better now.
Oh, good.
Just hearing it.
Cement.
Okay. Next topic.
Yeah.
Can we highlight some good in this? The first half.
did.
No, going
You
back
said
to
the
it though.
bench.
It looked so.
Oh, yes.
Staggering different in the first half compared to what we've seen recently. I guess, you saw some glimpses in the Milwaukee and Denver games about a week ago where it's like, the offense was able to score. But God, this was the first time I remember seeing the ball just whip around like crazy. I mean, we saw a sequence inside where like Schroder fired, one of the nice plays he made, fired a bullet inside to Precious Achiuwa, who fired it to Sabonis cutting, and Sabonis went behind the back.
Oh my God.
With the pass to Achiuwa.
Game.
That I actually had that down as maybe the moment of the game. I mean, how about the one play in transition where Neek in transition off a miss threw up a lob to Eubanks at the rim? Like it was that, but it was also just guys making the extra pass, and you're like, okay, this is what I think everyone wants to see from basketball, and they did a lot of that. It just went away, and I think that's the biggest thing. And this is what happens when you have a team that's not good, right? They have moments throughout a game where it looks good. This team is talented enough to have moments where they can look good throughout a stretch of the game, even sometimes defensively. But when they let off the gas a little bit, it's done. And, we've said it all year long with their size issues. The margin for error is so slim. Can I just say one play that didn't matter in this game, but just speaks volumes to where they are at with their engagement at times?
Yeah, what?
Late in the game, it was a pick and roll situation with Jokic and Murray. Their staple, their bread and butter. Those guys were fantastic tonight. Jokic stays out in the perimeter, right?
Okay.
Eubanks and Levine are in the action.
Uh-huh.
Levine and Eubanks just stay with Murray when Jokic has the ball. Jokic had about an hour to launch a three and buries it. And Levine has a late closeout. And I'm like, no. Like, I need you non-stop to go close out, to fight. Like, there's nothing.
You're going to make mistakes. Yeah. You're going to make mistakes. But when you see how a mistake is going to be handled, I think is really what you're talking about even in that situation. The mistake was he hung on to being with Jamal Murray as well. And so instead of the closeout being the like, I got to do anything I can to close out on this guy, even if you have to run him off the line, whatever that extra effort means to you on that closeout, even if it's chopping your
Yep.
feet and staying in front, putting a hand up in his face. Like, that needs to be seen. And if a mistake is being made on a defensive possession, okay, next possession up. Same thing that we're going to say probably all season long, and that we've said it all season long already, is that there is such a slim margin for error. And when you do make those mistakes, it's going to happen. It's how you react to them.
I even wrote down another play. I was just looking at first quarter side pick and roll with Jokic. And Jokic is rolling to the basket, right? 2 on the ball. Jokic rolling to the basket. Levine needed to come over and get there.
Yeah.
And he got there late. And it doesn't look, I know Jokic could probably still, with that little floater he has inside, he's probably going to score. But as a fan watching the game, I need you to get to your spot and just play with the urgency. That guy is probably the best player in the world, and you're letting him walk in to the paint and just launch. Like, your job is to be there and help in that situation. So get there and help.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that type of stuff is just infuriating to me.
I get it. And I think where it sometimes hurts the most too is when you see that they're capable of doing things right. They're all human. Mistakes are going to happen. We've stated that. We get it. But how do you continue in 4 quarters to keep the same type of intensity, the same type of flow? Teams are also going to make adjustments. Denver making adjustments at the half, maybe throwing some different things at them, maybe just switching up a few things in their game plan. Sure, that's going to happen. This is the type of matchup against Denver that we're especially even in that first matchup where you saw them compete and you saw just a competitive game. In this game as well, where you're just like, you can still make it so much closer at the end. And it just didn't feel like that at all in the fourth quarter, especially.
Yeah, Denver ends up outscoring Sacramento in the fourth quarter, 37-26. I mentioned this a bit ago, but Jamal Murray, Jokic, and Bruce Brown combined for 28 points on 7 of 10 shooting, including 3 of 5 from 3. Sacramento in the quarter, 26 points. They were 1 of 7 from 3 in the fourth quarter.
Let's go to one of the worst numbers that you text me throughout the game, and that was the offensive rebounding and taking a look at the second chance points. Now, that number stayed around that number, 15 offensive rebounds for 23 second chance points. It didn't go up too much higher.
But it's plus 10 points on Sacramento.
Exactly.
They out-rebounded the Kings by 13, 48-35. You know, the last time these two teams played was a closer game. Sacramento was competitive down the stretch before falling apart in Denver. The Kings won the rebounding battle. You know, like, so that's the challenge. The stat, then, you want the stat of all stats. Whitey Gleason and I think his name's George Matt had this stat. What? Why are you looking at me?
Why are you calling him that?
George Matt. That's his name, right?
Is that what we're calling him?
Who? George Matt? If that's not his name?
This is so stupid. I don't get. Is this a running bit that people are doing?
I don't understand what you're saying.
I mean, we might as well just call him George or GM.
I usually call him George when I see him.
No, you don't.
Who are you talking about? What do you think his name is?
Are you talking about Matt George?
That's his name.
I don't. Is this a bit that you guys have together?
Anyway,
is so weird.
Sorry, my mistake. Matt George.
I mean, you said cement earlier, so now I'm just worried. Like, is something happening to your brain?
Stat of the night.
Uh-huh.
Last 3 games, opposing centers: Isaiah Hartenstein, Rudy Gobert, and Jokic. Okay, Nikola Jokic.
Okay.
They have combined for 87 points on 39 of 46 shooting. 84%.
That's not a lot of resistance at the basket, huh? That's depressing.
My goodness.
And that's why you wish Jonas Valanciunas was there tonight.
It would be funnier if, like, the set would be more hilarious if it was like, well, Jokic did score 55 of those.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, you know, Hardenstein had a career night, Gobert like 19 in the game, and then tonight, Jokic 35 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists. This shouldn't surprise you. There's no doubt about it. Our butcher and barrel player of the game.
What? Why'd you pick that photo? He looks so little and skinny.
35 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists on 16 of 19 shooting, Morgan.
That's insane. That is, it's hard to stop him, but there's a few times where it's just like a little too easy. Even that short roll, going in the paint, and he's just right there, getting the ball.
Yeah.
A little layup drill for him at times.
He was
push shot.
Amazing. Just amazing stuff from Jokic. He's our butcher and barrel player of the game. If you've not been the butcher and barrel, it's a block away from Golden One Center, the perfect spot to go before a game or just whenever for a date night too. Great food options, steak. What else, Morgan?
I mean, it's elevated dining too, right? And so that's why even if you go before a game, they have game day deals, $38 for a Wagyu burger, a shot, and a beer. But it's really fun because I've seen a lot of Kings fans go there before a game at the bar. Super nice. And like you said, you can go anytime. It is delicious. And it's right across from the arena. You guys should check it out.
Appreciate their support, the Deuce and Mo podcast. What was the next thing I wanted to bring up tonight?
I was going to bring up really quick,
Please.
though. Denver had 70 points in the paint against Indiana in their last game. Only 50 against the Kings.
Yeah. Here's another Denver stat for
52.
you.
Yeah.
They played now 10 games. They're
Okay.
8-2.
Okay.
8 of the 10 games, they've scored 120 or more points.
Wow.
They hit 122 tonight in Sacramento.
See, they're doing it against everyone.
Okay, sure. That makes me feel so much better.
No, I know. But even from the first matchup to this matchup, I enjoyed that first loss so much more.
Why do you think it went so bad in the fourth quarter? Is it just simply, hey, this is not a good defensive team, and then this Denver team is just a championship team
No.
who can execute? And
No, let's be real about this. That's part of it, but believe your eyeballs in what you saw and what you didn't see from the Kings, especially in that second half or especially in that fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter, the Kings cut it to 1. DeRozan hit a shot to make it 85-84 with 11:42 to go.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
No, and it is. And it felt like even in those times, when there was things going right, it was like, shit, that I would look up and be like, wow, they really still are in this. But it still felt different. There felt like there was a shift in the way that the ball was moving and the way that the defense was being played. I don't want to say it was like Denver shooting themselves in the foot. They ended up with more turnovers than the Kings. The Kings had 16 points off their turnovers. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel confident there at the end when it was even close.
Yeah. The Kings are going to have moments offensively where it looks nice. It's just for them to consistently win in this league, it feels like they got to score like 130 because they're just not going to be consistent enough defensively. I mean, like we just talked about Schroder, and Schroder's used to having a certain type of player around him, right? And maybe that allows him to be a better defender than maybe he really is. We can note that. It's just this starting group doesn't really have any good defenders in it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and Schroder is not going to look as good with that lineup out there. It is a staggering difference sometimes when they go to the bench and you see Keon and Neat come in. Like, they're two younger guys come in, and even Westbrook, and you're like, okay.
Activity right away.
Oh, my God. Defensively. And that's where it is. All of a sudden, you're seeing deflections. But we did see Keon Ellis in the first quarter tonight.
Yeah.
Keon ends up playing 14 minutes in this
What
game.
did you think about that when he came in the first?
You know, Keon, I love Keon's activity so much. I don't look at this game as a bright spot for Keon Ellis.
Yeah.
He had a couple of moments. He had a strip on Bruce Brown that went off Brown's knee out of bounds. It was great. But, he came into this game and he was guarding Cam Johnson, which is already kind of a mismatch, although Cam hasn't been great in Denver. And he got caught watching the ball, which he has talked about before, right?
Uh-huh.
Cam Johnson cuts right by him. It ends up his guy, someone picked him up on the Kings, I forget, like switch. And then the guy, Keon was supposed to be defending, gets an open look for 3. Luckily, the player missed it.
Yeah.
Then the next possession down, you have a situation where he had a bad closeout on Tim Hardaway Jr., he took a weird angle, and Hardaway had middle, like right into the paint, gave up middle, right to the basket. Then in the fourth quarter, when he's getting opportunities, he picked up those 2 quick fouls back to back. He's being too handsy, and that's been an issue too.
Those crushed me because it was like you are going for this. It's Jamal Murray, not obviously not easy to defend, but how do you do an even better job of staying in front of him? Sometimes that is giving a little bit more space, and obviously Jamal Murray can do anything with just a little bit of space, but you don't want to bail him out by trying to just wrap around. And every time with the wrap around, he doesn't even realize how he's grabbing with his other hand on the waist of the offensive player while trying to like wrap around and jab the ball. And it's just like all those things have to come together for and poor Keon kind of has the microscope on him right now with fans calling out like, we want Keon, and him getting the minutes that he's getting. It's like you have to play closer to perfect in your opportunities, in your minutes. And it's not easy to do under that type of pressure, but I know he can do better.
Yeah, and like I said, he had that strip on Bruce Brown, and even on that sequence where I was talking about with the Neek to Eubanks lob.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, that was created because Keon Ellis had a nice contest on a Peyton Watson baseline jumper. Like it was good defense. So it was just a mixed bag for him tonight. But it's also probably tough because he's going in there with limited minutes. Maybe he's putting more pressure on himself because he's like, I got to be out there. Like you said, I got to be perfect type thing. And some mistakes were made. But like also, there's plenty of mistakes being made out there defensively.
Yeah.
And he's in my opinion, he's their least of their worries.
No, he is. And I think what is getting put on him now and like what is being highlighted with him now is not to do everything perfect on the defensive end, but like be so impactful where there's no question that you should be out there, which is, it's unfair in some ways, but at the same time, it's like you want these NBA minutes, you want to be on the floor. Like this is your role. This is what you have to do. Then you have to catch and shoot on the other side on the offensive end and make your threes. Like it's tough. 14 minutes though, like you mentioned, for him, he knocked down that 1 3-point shot.
Who are the leading scorers? There's 2 players tied.
Oh, tonight. You don't want me to look? Okay.
For the Kings.
For the Kings, all I know is that minute distribution. I like that.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
That's next.
Yes, sir. Let's go DeMar
DeRozan. No, 1 point off. He had 18 points in this game, 7 of 15 shooting, 2 of 6 from 3. He had 1 rebound tonight.
I know who it, Drew Eubanks.
And Sabonis. Drew Eubanks in 22 minutes, 19 points, 7 rebounds on 8 of 9 shooting. Westbrook was setting him up with some good looks tonight.
Yeah,
Westbrook ends up tonight with 14 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds, just 3 of 12 shooting, 1 of 7 from 3.
That was so tough to see.
I'll say this.
What?
I like the confidence, but I don't want 7 threes. Here's my other thing about tonight. Levine, 12 points, 5 of 12. The consistency with the aggressiveness. There's sometimes, man, he gets it and goes. And I felt like even early in this game, like, the attack by Levine, getting into the paint. He was part of the reason the ball was moving. I felt like Sacramento was doing such a good job early in this game, first half, of getting in the paint and just getting that ball moving. And Levine was part of that, but I just need him looking to be more aggressive with the shot. And if he's not, and it's like you're looking at the box score in the third quarter, then that's like a good opportunity for Doug to be like, hey, we need to get this guy some looks.
Yeah.
Like, we just need him involved in the action. Obviously, he's going to attract a lot of attention out there from the Denver Nuggets defense, but it's just a tough look to see him with 12 points.
Yeah. No. It's tough because, one, it was on the biggest stage of, like, on NBC. But in a game, too, where they really needed his offense. They really needed so much more of a consistent flow from him. But that's why I do go to Westbrook, too, and I see the 1 for 7, and it's like, are you that mad that did you some of those? I know they're open. I know he's not the best 3-point shooter, but he has been shooting well.
You're right.
And
You
so
can't
that's
get,
where it's like, It's tough.
I knew that number was going to dip a little bit.
Yeah.
Sacramento ends up just 10 of 33 from downtown in this game. They end up shooting 48% in this game overall from the field. Morgan, you brought up the minutes tonight. I don't know. Are we starting to see a little bit of a turn here from Sacramento with their minutes? We've been talking about all year long about, God, these starters are playing like 35, 36, 37 minutes. One way to get more guys action and more minutes, like a Keon Ellis or a Neat Clifford, is just to dial down the minutes of the starters. Well, DeMar DeRozan played 31 minutes tonight.
I know.
Okay. Now, is it because it's a back-to-back and they're trying to be careful? I don't know, but 31 minutes tonight. Precious Achiuwa got his second consecutive start. He played 18 minutes tonight. Sabonis, because he was in foul trouble, played 25 minutes.
Yep.
He fouled out of this game. Levine, 34 minutes. Schroder only played 21. Monk played 28. Westbrook, 31. 14 for Ellis. 14 for Neat Clifford, 22 for Drew Eubanks.
I thought this was such a better way to distribute the minutes. And, like, obviously it's not always going to look like that. You just mentioned it. Sabonis being in foul trouble. But also, where is Sabonis with his health and his ribs as well? And when someone like Drew Eubanks is contributing like that off the bench, or someone off the bench is and is feeling good, feeling hot, you go with it. You go with the flow of it. Like, you don't worry about anyone's egos if that is the case or anything. But yeah, this is what I want to see. Like, we keep talking about team basketball, and this team as a whole isn't very good with so many good individual talented players that you should keep throwing different looks, trying different units, trying different pieces together, different rotations to see where you can find success. And I thought at times the Kings were seeing success with such different looking lineups.
I'm looking more at my notes to see if there's anything else that jumped out to me. One, I didn't like this one.
What?
So they take Dennis out in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's 97-86. Excuse me, it's 101-86 when Westbrook comes in at the 7:10 mark. Russ comes in for Dennis, then immediately does not contest a Bruce Brown three-pointer. Bang, it's in. Look, just please, these are NBA players, okay? If you're on him, which he was on the perimeter defending him.
Mm-hmm.
I need that effort all the time. All the time. This has to be like what you do.
Yeah.
And then he hits the three.
Yeah.
Are you worried that Bruce Brown is going to blow by you? No, you play up on the guy. You know? I'm not like,
it's again, if that type of mistake was happening on like a couple possessions, not with that same person, but not with Bruce Brown and that same mistake, but there's just too many of these mental mistakes happening and like not being locked in, not being focused. So
Sacramento's just not good enough team to just like not contest a shot. Like, I'm sorry, just you got it. We got to make a team like understand that, hey, we're on the floor with you. It's not just like shooting practice, okay? We have more to get to coming up, including some very interesting comments from Doug Christie in the pregame. He talks to the media before every single game. Usually it's about 10, 15 minutes long, and he gets asked a whole bunch of questions. Some reporters like, who's starting tonight? You know, stuff like that. Hey, what about this guy? But tonight, Doug Christie came to the mic, talked for about 2 minutes, and walked off. We're going to play it, talk about it. What does it all mean? We'll do that. But first, presented by our friends over at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery, Morgan.
Love these people. All Kings fans and such an amazing family. And they make the best wine. And they have the most beautiful tasting room that is located in Sassoon Valley near Fairfield, which was just voted the best wine region in the U.S. The people, like I said, are absolutely just the kindest people. And if you're looking for some holiday gifts, make sure to go to sentivovineyards.com if you can't make it out to the actual tasting room, because you can get a whole bunch of bottles there. And I'm telling you, they are delicious bottles of wine. Great gifts, sentivovineyards.com.
Also presented by our friends over at
Medic Ambulance.
Woo, woo,
We've teamed up with Medic Ambulance, the trusted name in emergency medical services across Northern California. From life-saving responses to being the team behind the scenes at your favorite events, Medic is here to serve. Learn more at medicambulance.net.
Appreciate their support, the Deuce and Mo podcast. Okay, so yeah, like we were saying before the game, Doug Christie talked to the media. He did not take any questions. Here's what he had to say pregame.
Change is hard, y'all. It's hard. But understand, and we understand, that we're not there yet. But we about to work at it like crazy. We totally get that. And it'll be bumpy. It will. Because change is like that. But buckle up. For the real ones, buckle up. And for all the rest of you, you know who you are. You know how I feel about that. We, and I say we as an organization, make no mistake, we're aligned in what we're doing. We are aligned in what we're doing. I said this before, you've heard me. I'm going to say it again. We're going to play to a standard. That's what we're going to do. Tough, competitive, disciplined, professional, team-oriented, and accountable. That's what we're going to play to. So when you look out there, everybody in this organization is held to that. Now, as an identity, that's defend, rebound, and share the damn basketball. That's what we're going to do every single time we hit the floor. So the pain of Kings fans, there's nobody that sat in this seat with the exception of two people, Rick Adam and then probably Jerry Reynolds, that understand the pain of Kings fans. So know that as I sit here, who experienced that pain with those men, we're going to get it right. We're going to work every damn day to get it right. So when I see the hate, the haters, the fakers, all you guys, you keep that energy. That's good. You keep that. And you know who you are. Because while you doing that, we're going to be working. And while you doing that, we're going to be growing. And while you do that, eventually, we're going to be coming. The King Show. Sac proud. Know that. Appreciate y'all.
He did not take any questions, obviously walked away after that. That was pregame before Kings and Nuggets.
Yeah. When he walked off, I was like, I remember just processing, like, what just happened? And there's parts of me, I was like smiling like a little bit throughout it. Like just, I was shooting it. Usually I'll shoot a little bit, like maybe his first question or his first answer or something. And I started shooting it. And then I'm like, oh. And then I was really just intrigued with where he was going with things. He's a passionate human who cares, obviously, so much. I still don't understand where some of those things were, like what they were pointed to or like what he was talking about.
Like, you know, some were like, was it someone in the media? Was it
Yes,
a message to
yes.
the fans? Like, people didn't totally understand what he was talking about. I get the message. Like, yeah, like change is tough. The overall message, change is tough. This is how we want to play. This is what we're going to do. People are held to the standard. They're going to be accountable. You know, and maybe tonight is the first example of that when you see Dennis Schroder play 20 minutes and Doug didn't like what he was giving out there. And he's like, okay, done.
Yeah.
Like you saw the minutes today. Okay, hey, DeRozan, there's breakdowns defensively. You're going to sit. You know, like maybe this was the first step in that direction. They shared the ball tonight. It did pop. They had 30 plus assists. But I left going, man, the pressure of being an NBA head coach, I guess, you know, like, yeah, I was thinking about the visual that people always post of like when a president first goes into office and then 4 years later what they look like. You're like, geez.
Gray hair,
yeah,
wrinkles.
and like, dude, Doug's going through it right now.
People.
Doug's going through it right now, and it, you know, because he is such a passionate, happy, genuine, just a real authentic guy.
Yeah,
and he's feeling it. If
is this advice time?
I love giving advice. You have to And look, this is hard when you're going through shit, when you're feeling it, but you have to block out the noise sometimes. The noise of whoever it is, like
it just doesn't matter.
if it's
it doesn't matter
whether it's people on social media or
Yeah.
people who do like shows or whatever it is. It doesn't matter.
Can I be real though too? I will be real. When your character gets questioned in any way, shape, or form, and I feel like last year that narrative was started to push
Sure.
out there, with the coaching stuff, whatever, and you know who you are, and like people are just allowed to lie about you. It's tough. It's tough hearing that, seeing that, reading that, taking that. And I'm just humanizing it a little bit because I'm not saying it's easy, but for someone who has played basketball at the highest level, has competed at the highest level, taking shit from the world at the highest level, he's got this. He can have these challenges and how he wants to address them and go through them. But how you address these challenges and how you face some of these things are always going to be on camera, always going to be remembered. So like let your actions do it for you. But I also am trying to I feel for him too, is where I'm at with it.
Yes.
And
we've all, I think I could say this, we've all had moments of, man, this is really tough right now.
Yeah.
You're on edge or whatever. I've been there too. But when you're a head coach and you're talking to the media every day, and the last 2 games you've kind of had similar things.
Yeah.
And then you open up your pregame and people are looking around going, what's this in reference to? Fans are gonna, if it's a fan, fans are gonna be upset.
yeah.
Right? They're and he knows this. This team now is 3-8, and this fan base has been through a lot of shit.
A lot.
Right? And then if it's media, I've always said this, and this is coming from someone who's in this realm, right? In the media realm.
Yeah.
Don't care about what I say or what any other podcaster says. You just can't. And I know sometimes you do. And look, hey, hand up, I'm guilty. Have I been triggered by people on social media going at me
Yeah.
about something or someone in Discord? 100%. And every time I do it, I look back and go,
Is that what you do?
why'd they get me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just you have to
Well, you
say,
seem-
it's not important.
It's just not.
It's not. What's important is what's in those walls. Control inside.
Somebody else's opinion of you is none of your fucking business.
Mm.
And it's to say who cares? Easier said than done.
It is.
Takes practice, all the different things. And it sucks when people you're in a position and people can lie on your name and say whatever they want about you and have narratives and that's the other thing. When there's narratives pushed out there about you that feel like it can alter your job, your living, your finances, your love for something, you want to protect that. But sometimes the best way to protect that is, I guess, almost challenging yourself to react with just actions. Again,
Yeah.
nobody's perfect and is
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to do that. And I don't find what he did was wrong.
No,
I'm just like sitting here though. I was just sitting there processing it, like confused.
But as you know, the media in the room walked away the same thing. Like, well, what was that about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he was asked about it post game, and he was just like, "Yeah, my message, to anyone. It's no one specific."
Yeah.
But at that time, it was like, okay, we're not exactly sure what this means. And the larger message is there. But what I would also say, and this is what's tough about the message, you say these principles, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about these principles, which I think any basketball fan would be like, yeah, I want that with my team. But it's one thing to say it if you're not seeing it on the floor.
Yeah.
And the players who may be making the mistakes and not living up to those principles are still getting the playing time. It's like, well, what's it really mean? Because then it comes across as all talk.
Yeah,
You know.
because that's when people go, well, you get to control that.
Yeah.
That's your control.
do,
like
technically,
you get to
right?
control that. So no, for sure. And that's why like what I saw tonight with the minutes, pleased. Can we see more of that with the rotation going forward? Hopefully. And
Yeah.
hopefully we can find better and better units that work together and elevate each other's games.
And some of the stuff defensively, like, I'm sorry, like, they just don't have a lot of good defenders. It is what it is. They don't have size, and they're going to be exposed defensively.
It's a lot.
And they're right back at it coming up against Atlanta. We need to get to the moment of the game. Hey, chat, yes to the person who just said, wait, are we really live at 12:30 a.m.?
It's
Dude,
12:30.
win or lose, Deuce and Mo are live talking about the game. It doesn't matter if it's an 8 p.m. tip. What? 1 p.m. tip. What? It doesn't matter if we somehow tipped off at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. We are going to be live.
I might not be
and
here.
You guys are here because you're basketball sickos.
Moment of the game. Sabonis behind the back pass. Precious.
Okay.
Why? You got what do you have?
I think because he's a new shiny toy, he's a rookie. I just love me some Nate Clifford and seeing him come
alley-oop.
in and throw a lob. And why I liked it so much,
Yeah.
it came off good defense leading to good offense.
Okay.
The Kings they have moments offensively.
Okay.
Like, fine, that's cute. I want to see them get some stops and get out and run. That's when you're at your best. Get easy looks.
So-
that to me is a really good one.
So we're going with that one then?
I mean, I'm just throwing out a candidate
Okay.
for our
You should also sorry. I'm so sorry.
for our
interrupting.
J Street Dental moment of the game.
You should also put on there the Doug pregame presser.
Doug pregame.
I just want to remember that for this game.
We should also know first NBC game
Oh,
since 2002.
yes.
8 p.m. start. What? Okay.
One more moment.
Yeah.
Meeting Jamal Crawford.
Dude, Jamal
Like,
Crawford.
what a gem. What a gem. So, okay, those are our J Street Dental moments of the game, enriching lives and enhancing smiles. Head to jstreetdentalgroup.com. You can also check out their sister office, Sacramento River Dental. Like we always say, they're all run by such amazing humans, and they make cavities fun. Huh? I've only had 7 of them.
Or they make sure you take care of your teeth so
Thanks,
you don't get
Dr.
cavities.
Sulla.
Anyway, appreciate everyone's support. You know the rule too, Morgan. We put it in the moment jar, but when they lose a game, you have to pull a moment. And you have to live with whatever moment that we pull from over the last couple of years. Okay?
I love Deuce just made this into a rule.
In a win, how about this? In a win, you don't pull a moment out. You just soak up the win.
Ooh.
But in a loss, you have to pull out a moment. You have to just live. If it's a good moment, yay. If it's
Okay.
bad, it's whatever.
Let's
okay?
see it. Because you're past our 45 mark.
Okay, this is the one I read last time, so I can't read it again. Sorry. Let's put it back.
And it was a happy moment.
I know.
Oh, man.
Literally read
How
it
did
last
you
podcast. I
just
don't know.
pick, man?
Morgan, can you just chill?
Well, oh.
Did I do this one too already? I think I pulled this one already.
What is it?
Let me just show it to you. Did I pull this one? Yeah.
Like my memory. Oh, yep, you did. Wow, my memory did.
Let's mix this up.
No, you got to pick one of the big papers.
The big paper might be bad.
Well,
Okay,
is that why
okay.
you're avoiding?
No. Okay. All right. We go back to February 5th, 2024. Wow.
What?
Wait. They won this game? What? It's very unclear if I can tell if they won this game or not. Hold on, just give me a second, guys. I guess, sometimes when I write notes during the pod, it's not a good idea.
Which is every
Oh,
pod.
jeez, Louise, it's not good.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
February 5th, 2024. 136, 110 Cavs. Sabonis, 15th triple-double, 32nd consecutive double-double. I wrote down, hey, it was a 5-2 road trip, though.
Did you write down hey?
No.
Oh.
Davion Mitchell throws off the backboard. And
Want me to read it?
I don't think you can. I can't read it.
Sabonis behind the pot. D-Joe jumper to Keegan.
Probably-
D-Joe.
No, it's Sabonis behind the bag dribble handoff jumper to Keegan. I don't know what it was. Anyway,
Cement
that was smooth.
issues.
Let's pretend that didn't happen. All right, next up for the Kings later tonight,
Oh my
Kings
God.
and Hawks. Watched them play or was it last night or 2 nights ago, technically now, when they beat the Clippers, who actually has before tonight had the same record as the Kings, which is just crazy to me.
That is wild.
They beat both the Lakers and the Clippers.
Okay.
They've won 2 in a row. They're coming into Sacramento at 6-5 without Trae Young. Let's see. They're long. They're athletic.
Uh-huh. And they're playing better defense since not having Trae Young on the floor.
Yeah. It's not going to be an easy game tomorrow.
No.
Let's take a night of back-to-back.
Nope. Yeah. They're their identity is a little weird right now. Like they're just doing different things offensively, obviously, without Trae Young, but they keep winning, and sometimes they win ugly, but they're finding a way to win at the end of a game.
Hey, you can't break me because my expectations are lower this year. And you know what? I think honestly, I think at the end of the day, what I remember is this: the Kings are now 3-8. Okay,
They sure are.
if this continues, they're just gonna have there's no other path. They have to unload and they have to pivot and go younger and think about the future and play their young guys, get a good draft pick. That's just what's gonna have to happen. You're in the Western Conference. To dig out of a 3-8 hole
Yeah.
without making moves, like it's just not feasible. Like they're gonna have the same size issues. We were concerned about the schedule when Keegan Murray was still healthy. He's not here. Sabonis is banged up. We've seen their flaws. Schroder hasn't done anything the last,
Couple games.
5 games.
Oh, God.
But more specifically, last 3, 1 of
Yeah,
19. Like, they're in a tough spot right now. They played better tonight against Denver. If they play, I don't know. I mean, they could be Atlanta. Of course, they can be Atlanta. They could also lose by 20. So, anyway,
We'll see what our moment of the game will be tomorrow.
yeah, and we can probably go a little longer tomorrow.
And yeah.
We'll see how.
I mean, what do you mean? Like, we always go longer on a.
Okay, so we started at 11:42.
And
It's 12:39.
it's almost
So 57 minutes, and you have to factor in commercials.
commercials.
All the
It's
times
part
you
of the
stop-
fun.
All the times you stopped and made fun of me that took us off our path.
That's literally part
so,
of the podcast.
yeah, we're pretty much at 45 minutes.
I knew we would still get to an hour.
All right, seriously, everyone, go to bed. You guys are basketball sickos. Hit
Go
the
to
thumbs up,
bed.
subscribe. Make sure afterwards to comment too. It helps our channel grow. And be back here tomorrow night after
Tonight.
Kings, Hawks, tonight, whatever. We love you guys, but we gots to go.
You all have a wonderful rest of your night. See ya.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know. Deuce